Welcome to the Sims 4 speed build channel. I'm Olita and today I'll be showing you this build I made in Newcrest on 30 by 30 lot. So I wanted to expand on my white houses and just keep going with that theme and just have this whole area in Newcrest. I'm not actually sure what this area is called in Newcrest, but I know it's kind of the nicer one out of the three. So I thought I would just carry that idea and then just create all these houses in this area to be white. And it's actually quite interesting that, you know, on my Pinterest feed that I found out that so many houses are white that I keep liking. So I just thought I might expand on it and just create a series of this area in Newcrest. But with this house, I knew that I wanted it on a hill and I wanted a driveway, which I haven't actually put in any of my builds so far. So I wanted to experiment with that and then also have this kind of walkway to the house. And I thought this actually lot was quite interesting because it is on a corner, so I didn't kind of want the house to be facing just one way. I thought it would be interesting if I had two entryways into the house, even though in the end the driveway is not functional, but in the aspect of things, I think it makes it more realistic and also kind of goes with that surrounding pathway there of that opening for the driveway. So I just thought it was a perfect fit. But you will see later of me struggling of what to do with the back garden because of this weird angle that it's at. There was kind of no way to have a big garden, so you do see me playing around and moving the house around on the lot because I just tried to find out a way. But I took inspiration from this house on Pinterest that had this really nice balcony area on the right hand side, and I just thought that would be so nice with this house, and it kind of worked for me and I could have a nice area for the Sims to enjoy. I wasn't really sure what to do with the garden. It was kind of a hit and miss of me testing around, but because this video was getting quite long already, I had to cut out some of that out. But you will see the gist of how I got to this build and how I got to the end of this house. So I did use the bb.show hidden objects cheat, bb.show live edit objects, and also the tool mod. So I think I've mentioned the tool mod in every build that I've made so far, and it is literally just game changing. It's so good. You can just move objects, and I only kind of use it to elevate objects or to put them into the ground a bit more, but it just is so helpful. And for the balcony, I didn't really like any of the fences in game, so I just found a debug fence that I just thought went with them pillars as well, and I just enlarged them and then just kind of had to put everything in place manually, which didn't actually take that long, so it's actually really well and I think it works really nice. And then I kind of wanted to go with some crazy landscaping but not too mad, and I didn't really know how to fill in them holes, so I do put loads of bricks in there just to fill in the space, because I always get so scared when I start building the house and then I just see this loads of just greenery with nothing. I have no idea what to do, and the best thing for me is just to add things and then see how it goes, because it kind of daunts me and I kind of take a break for a minute, because after I've built the house and then it's time to do the landscaping, I'm like, what do I do? Because there's just so many possibilities that you can make. But then I do sometimes try out a few things off camera and then come back in and then kind of show you guys what I kind of like and what's come out the best in the end, because otherwise you'll just see me just going over and try different things, and honestly you guys don't want to see that horrible just camera angles of me going around the lot and stuff like that. And I'm wondering if you guys do the same. Do you get kind of shocked or scared when you see loads of this greenery and you have no idea what to do with it? Because I do. I have to take a break and come back to actually make it a final decision of what I'm going to do. But I think just experimenting with the pond area that I've put here and just things like that, you can always add rocks always make a huge difference, even trees, and just making it really random, like I said before, just really helps, and not making it so perfect, because in real life it's not so perfect. Well, some people's houses are, but majority of the time it is kind of a bit random and things go here and there. But I really liked that pool area in front of the balcony. I thought it was so nice, a really nice element, and something that I could fill in that area, because I honestly didn't know what to do with it at first. I was a bit confused. But I kind of thought that instead of just like a hill leading up to the house, that it could be more of a steeper hill, just so that I could add some stairs and then also just some more rocks in there as well. I actually didn't want to have the stairs in that area. I just didn't know what to do with that space, so I just put it there. But initially I kind of did want the kind of pathway leading from the driveway and not have the stairs there, but I just thought it went with it, and I just kind of went with the flow with that one because I had no idea what to do. But it does actually work out really nicely. And then I just add in some like debug flowers just to fill in the space, and I tried to make it kind of look like everything was meant to be there. And I think if you try to do that, everything will kind of work in your favour. And then I did want this kind of back area of like a games room or like the dad's like den, and I thought that would be such a cool idea, and I actually haven't like done that yet. I haven't actually seen it either in The Sims, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to try and give it a go of like a good dad's den of where all the goodies and like things are. So yeah, so that's what the back area is. I kind of like having a separate building for different activities like that. I've done it once before now, and I just really like that. I think you will see that probably a lot in my builds, so get used to it. And then here you can see that I'm using the tool mod again just to lower these rocks down into the ground, which is just a lifesaver. I do have like plans to have like some Christmas builds because it is Christmas now, and yeah, I just really want some warm, cozy builds that is just yearning for right now. I made a mistake here that I forgot to record again. So I had to just like press back so you could see it, and I just put loads of rocks in here and used the tool mod. But yeah, so because it's Christmas time, I just want like warm, cozy builds that just go with the vibe right now. And I kind of do think of Christmas as like cold, like snuggling against the fire and just like loads of family time. But then obviously this year is so different because of COVID. So, but I think, you know, it's about like making the most of it and seeing who you can see and just enjoying your time because it is a special time of the year. So yeah, I really want to just build a house on that and see what I can get. But here again, I did use that base game bush just to cover all that like that brown terrain that I don't really like. But I actually did take some rocks out of the front just because I thought I had too much, and I thought it was more realistic to have like you'd actually see some brown dirt like through the rocks. I just don't think having like all the rocks there and not seeing any brown at all, I don't know why, it just doesn't look that right. So I thought me actually showing that would be better. And then I'm just like adding some bits in here and trying to make an attempt of how to do this back garden because I just didn't really know. But you know, I put all the essentials in there, like a good grill, bench, some seating area, and you know, a little cute little place to eat under the tree there with some like planting pots, which I thought was like really, really nice. And yeah, I think it works out like kind of cute and fit for this house. I did initially build this house for just a mum and dad and then their son. So that's what the rooms is. Only a 2-bedroomed house with I think 3 bathrooms. Yeah, 3 bathrooms. So that's like really nice and really cool. And then with the layout, I actually did try out loads of different things off camera because I'm so indecisive when it comes to the floor layouts in houses, like so indecisive. I need to get better at it because I just waste so much time on it. But I do come out with a really good layout that I'm happy with, and I think it really suits this house. Inside, I kind of wanted a cozy, just kind of modern feel. I think eventually I will go, and I think I have planned to have a really cottagey kind of build, kind of old and rustic. But with this house, I kind of wanted it to be still kind of modern, but then having them old brick elements of the wall there. And so I think it looks really, really nice, and it does all come together in the end. And I really hate that you can't cut the cabinets in half. I know that sounds a bit silly, but it's like sometimes I always want like the sink and the oven to be in the centre. So it kind of looks weird when they're just off centre, and I just don't really like it. But with the bathroom, I tried to use like some new wallpaper that I haven't used, and I think because I'm only using base game items, I try to just use different things that I probably wouldn't use before, like especially that like orangey colour in the bathroom. But for a toilet, and it's kind of a small bathroom. I just thought it would go and for me to use it, and I actually do like it in the setting that it's in, so I think it looks nice. And I'm always trying to fill out like different areas with just kind of junk, because I think it just looks more realistic and it kind of adds to the story whoever you're putting in the house. That's what I try to do with each of my builds. I did think as well that where I put the shoe rack, you could actually put ladder up there to like access the 3rd floor. I didn't actually use the 3rd floor, but you could put like a ladder in there and then use upstairs as well, kind of like a loft area instead of using the clothes rack. With the living room, I thought it was like really, really nice that I tried an idea with this fireplace. I actually raised up that floor area with the platform tool, just raised by 1 height, and then I put the fireplace on there, and I just thought it was just a really nice, cool idea, because like, I don't know, but in England, like normally your fireplace is risen in a little bit, so I just thought I would do that, and then just adding in these shelves merging into the fireplace to just make it a bit more unique. And yeah, so that's what I did with this house, and the living room actually turns out really cozy and just really, really nice. My pictures at the end like have the fireplace on, it just looks so cute. And then I'm just trying to figure out like wallpaper design, so I honestly didn't know which wallpaper. And then I actually didn't know what to use for that like square over there. I did actually raise it up with the platform, but I just clunked loads of shelves in there and then just put loads of junk and like different kind of collectibles in there. With this living room, I kind of, to make it a bit more personal, I do put like I do use some of the debug items, like the controller for the TV and tissues. You know, you guys, I love tissues. I put tissues everywhere. It's like one of them items that you can use. And using the stereo, I always forget that we even have a stereo in the game, and I'm trying to remember to always put it in my builds now. And then also, what's that one object that you can never find? Like, you always forget where it is. And the object for me is that, you know, that giraffe statue that we have that we normally put in kids' rooms? I always forget where that object is. I couldn't even tell you where it is now, because I literally have to search and be scrolling for ages just to find it. And that just happens to me all the time, even with that clock in the corner there. And yeah, I always forget that. But hopefully with time and me like creating this channel, I'm actually gonna learn some things and like learn some new items and new tricks that I can actually place and find out what to do with them. I'd also like to find out what cheats you guys use. Like, is there anything that I haven't said so far that you guys use and that you think I should use too? I know one of the cheats that I would like to find out is the weather. Like, I'm not sure if you can alter the weather. I'm just guessing, to be honest, but I hope there is, because whenever I go to use the tool mod, like, obviously the time of the day changes, so it's a bit of a weird thing when you see it when I'm editing. So hopefully there is a cheat for that and I can look it up, and if you don't guys know, I'll find out for you, because I want to know. I want to know what it is. But yeah, I just try to finish off like just things here and then, actually put lighting in, because I always forget lighting until the end of the house. And I think as well with lighting, I find it annoying when you're playing the game to have huge lights around the house, because they just get in the way of you trying to see things, and it's just annoying. So that's why I normally just use them stud lights, which I think just better like overall. But for this bathroom, I really want it to just be all black and just be so luxurious. I just wanted to go all out with this bathroom, as it's the only main bathroom in this house. Like, there is another bathroom, but that's not for like everyone to share, so I thought just go all out on this bathroom. And surprisingly, we actually don't have many things that are just fully black, and I think that's one of the things that the Sims team really need to add in, is that I think every item that we have within the game should have a tone of black and white. Like, I think it's just a must. Like, you just have to have black and whites, because they just go with everything. But I finally got to use that tub, and then I just put that like added book in there, so I thought, I don't know, maybe they've won an award and they want people to see it, so it's in the bathroom. Everyone can see it in the bathroom. And then again, I used the platform tool for the kids' room, and I just wanted him to just have a room that was just knockout. Kind of something like Andy's room in Toy Story, you know, where he'd have like toys like just left around where he's been like left playing, and there's just like kind of like a story already on the floor. So that's what I wanted to do, and just kind of, that was my inspiration, so I just wanted to put that in there to have. So I thought it'd be nice to have like a den down and then his bedroom at the top, which I thought was so cool. And yeah, and then for some reason when you put like objects, you have to, like next to the platform, they always raise too high, so I had to use tool mod again to lower that. So I would suggest, like, if you guys are having problems with that, the tool mod will help and it will lower them down for you. And you can also still play with them as well, because I tested it with the boy and he could still talk to the teddy and all of that good stuff, so that's really nice. But then here you'll see me trying to like put a story together of like where these toys would be left, what would be with what, and yeah, it's actually kind of really fun. Yeah, it's actually really fun, and I actually really enjoyed creating like my first kids bedroom. I did actually show a sneak peek on my Twitter. My Twitter name is Olitagames, so if you want to see any sneak peeks or anything like that, you know where to go. But yeah, I just tried to add in things that I thought that this little boy would have, like even I think they're postcards or something like that. Like, I thought he maybe would show off where he travels. And is it just me, or does that not look like Sylvester Stallone? Like, he's in the Sims game. Like, does anyone know that? But honestly, they look like that they've taken inspiration from Sylvester Stallone, because that looks so much like him. Anyway, I based this room around space, so you will see like loads of space photos and picture frames that I thought would just go well with this room. And then I also added the space light, which was nice, and you know, I don't mind this one light just hanging from the ceiling because it's black anyway, so that didn't really bother me. But yeah, I really love the kids' bedroom. I think it's so nice. And then for this bathroom, I think I just keep it really simple. I think it's white. I think I do add a white because I've made a few builds since this video, so I've forgotten a few bits. But yeah, I think it's mostly plain, and it just adds to like all what you need for just like an ensuite. And I thought it was actually quite nice to have the main bedroom for an ensuite, because the main bedroom's pretty big. It's pretty big for a bedroom, but then of a house of this size, I don't know, I'm not really sure, but I think it looks really nice. And I tried to just add some like elements in there, like the soap bottles and stuff like that, which I always try to do with my bathrooms. I think with bathrooms it can get quite a bit boring because you feel like you're doing the same thing over and over again, and it's like, what really can you do with the bathroom to make it so different? So I just try to add in like things like that just to make it, I don't know, filled out a bit more. But with the main bedroom, I actually kind of struggled with the bedroom a lot, actually. I think this is the room that I struggled with the most. I did like practice before I recorded it because I just was messing around for ages and I just didn't know what I kind of liked. But then I went with this brown tone, which I thought was really nice, and I thought it was really cool for me, again, to create like a little dressing table, but I think it's a shelf that I've put in there, and just sized it up and then squidged it in between the wardrobe. So I thought it was just so nice. And yeah, I thought it was like really nice, a dress up station. So I put like bottles, nail varnish, all that good stuff. And then I tried to find a chair that would go in there, and honestly I couldn't find any chair that I liked. There was just no chair, so I just decided to put a stool in there instead. And then I've tried this trick about a few times now, where I just use the like kitchen units and just put them on the floor instead, and just kind of use it as a dressing table. It's not functional, but I think it just looks nice. And then I thought a mirror would really look nice, and then another side of like shoes, of maybe like his and hers, and a side where they can just get ready. And yeah, but with the rugs, I didn't actually know what to do with the rug placement here. I really didn't know. I think it's because it's like an awkward size room, and none of the other rugs were just working for me. But then me changing the colour of the walls, and then me adding I think I do add in a different colour to the floor, or maybe I've already done it, but I did do that and it made it look so much nicer. And then adding the lights on the side with the picture frame on the top of the mantelpiece just looks so nice. And yeah, I think this room really comes together, and it's such a nice bedroom. But then the outside, I just had to fix a few things, because at first I didn't actually know what I was going to do with this outside area, and then just last minute I decided, you know what, I'm going to make it in a dad's den and his little place to go and get away and just play loads of games. And I thought this wallpaper is so nice for base game. I think it's so nice. I think it just works, because I didn't want it to be like fully wallpapered. Like, I still wanted it to be kind of like a converted shed or like garage type of thing. but I think it looks really nice, and I've just added like some elements in there which he could kind of use as well for an office. Like, let's say he has, I think there's a career where you can be, is it a freelancer or self-employed or something like that, so I think that's kind of cool to use this space for as well. But I actually have never used that card table, like that games table, so I thought that was cool to put there. And then also that trading light, like let's say, I don't know, he's working from home and he wants to see the stock market and he's like got the business career, I don't know, whatever you think, but I just thought it just went really well with this room. And also with a broken down computer unit, or if he's into tech, and then just little items of maybe like trophies that he's collected like over time. And I thought it was nice that I put that punching bag in the corner, and then found that medal on the top as well, which kind of looked to me like a WWE medal that I don't know if he's either won or collected, which I thought was nice. And I really wanted like a drinks cabinet or even a coffee machine, but I just could not get it in there, so I just had to do with what it is. But I think it's a really nice room, and it just looks so nice with drinks table outside. And then here I'm just adding lighting around just to finish off the build, because I think lighting makes such a difference at night. And I generally didn't like how it was just open and people could just walk into your back garden. I didn't like that at all, so I just tried to blend it in with the surroundings on the right there, well, left, depending on what angle you're looking from, but yeah, I just tried to make it kind of more private, and it's actually your garden. Even though it's quite open, it's still private, but they can't just walk in like from the front. And then I just added some more like brown with the terrain tools just to paint in, make it more natural and just all nice and come together. But I hope you really enjoyed this build, because I did like building it. I think it's come together so much, and just tell me what you guys think. Screenshot should be rolling soon. But thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and like, and I'll see you in the next one.